Hey, how's things in your life? Are you happy? Are you comfortable? Comfortable. All right, that's a great word, right? If things are going along well for us and we like where we're at and we've gotten used to what's happening all around us, we become comfortable and sometimes we nestle into this little routine that we have. And I work with students, right? And sometimes my students get comfortable where they are. And some of my students don't do their homework. Some of my students get in trouble. Some of my students skip their classes. Some of my students, right, are verbally offensive sometimes, not all the time, but they get comfortable where they are and they do things that, well, they're not really acceptable, but they're comfortable doing them, right? They've fell into this little routine. And so sometimes our job as we work with students is to help them come out of that comfort zone, even though that comfort zone sometimes is chaotic, right? There's chaos all around them, but they become so accustomed to it, they're comfortable with it. This is what I'm used to, so this is where I am in my life, and I guess that's how it's always going to be. And as we work with students, sometimes we have to push them out of their comfort zone to make them become stronger and more independent and do the things that they need to do that will make them better and stronger in the long run. So let me come back to the original question. Are you comfortable where you are? Sometimes God will push us and prod us and move us and make us uncomfortable because we get so comfortable where we are, we forget that God called us to be servants, that He called us to be disciples, that He called us to go beyond the comfort zone that we have placed ourselves in and let ourselves settle into, to nestle into our comfort zone. And He calls us to become more. And sometimes He pushes us and He prods us and He pulls and He tugs. And sometimes He says, you know what, that relationship you're in, it needs to end. You know, that job that you have, that you're working 70 hours a week at, that job needs to change. You know, the way that you spend your free time, maybe that could be more productive and maybe not as detrimental to your health, your mental state, and your outlook on life, right? There are so many things that God will look at and go, hey, you know what? Let's move you into this new direction. And man, who likes to be moved out of their comfort zone? Nobody. We go kicking and screaming half the time, don't we? I don't want to do it. And we start to throw temper tantrums and we scream and we yell and we kick. And God still says, you know what? I'm still going to move you. I'm still going to push you. I'm still going to prod you to come into where I want you to be, because in the end, you're going to be stronger. Your faith is going to grow. And because of it, my name is going to be glorified. Will we hear His call? Will we feel the prod and the push and hear where He wants us to go? May God continue to pour out His grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.